If you're watching this, there's a good chance you've labeled yourself as lazy at some point. And today, I'm going to make an argument for why that might not actually be true. Because what if that feeling of dread, that inertia, that heaviness that settles in your chest before a big task isn't because you're lazy? What if it's because of something deeper? And if you're ready to dive into that conversation, I'm here to help guide you through it. And a little disclaimer. I use laziness in this script very broadly. I know for some people it's a term that sits comfortably. For others, it feels demoralizing. So let's talk about both sides of that. First, let's explore why laziness might not be the real issue. Remember this. Laziness is not a personality trait. It's often a protective mechanism. Our brain and body have a survival component that perceives danger and threat, but also burnout and exhaustion. And when it does, it doesn't say, let's do more. It says, let's shut down, let's conserve energy, let's numb. So when you label yourself as lazy, you're really bypassing a much deeper message. You might be exhausted. You might be overstimulated, you might be scared to fail again, you might be struggling with low self-worth and hiding behind the lazy label because it's easier than facing those truths. So in the next few minutes, I'll share 5 things that often masquerade as laziness. See if any resonate with you. Thing no. Under unprocessed emotions. When we re-overwhelmed with grief or anger or sadness or anxiety that hasn't been dealt with yet, our brain enters survival mode, so it slows down everything, including motivation. Think of it this way. Emotions, especially intense ones, take up a lot of mental and physical space. They're like an elephant in the room that no one's acknowledging. And elephants, as we know, cannot be ignored. So if you've experienced a significant loss, a recent change, an unresolved conflict or a confusing emotion, chances are your mind and body are trying to process it all. It's not that you're not caring or not trying, it's that your energy is being taken up by something invisible. Thing number 2. Perfectionism. Have you ever spent so much time planning or editing or revising that your work never sees the light of day? Or maybe you started a project with such high standards that you burned out halfway through. If so, you might be experiencing perfectionism disguised as laziness. The truth is, if you don't believe something will be good enough, you might not even start. Not doing anything becomes safer than risking failure. It's a paradox, right? But that fear of falling short is so paralyzing that it ends up looking like inaction. Thing number 3. Fear of judgment. Sometimes we avoid taking action not because we don't care, but because we care too much. We fear being criticized, misunderstood, or rejected, so we hide our work or keep our opinions to ourselves. We don't put ourselves out there because the pain of potential judgment feels worse than the pain of inaction. Does that resonate with you? Thing number 4. Burnout and chronic fatigue. Your nervous system has limits. If you've been pushing yourself for too long, your body might finally be saying, no more. Burnout isn't laziness, it's a breakdown. Chronic fatigue isn't laziness, it's a plea for rest. And thing number 5. Depression or low dopamine. Mental health plays a massive role in how motivated or energetic we feel. Conditions like depression or ADHD can significantly impact your drive and desire to engage with the world. In these cases, what looks like laziness is often a symptom of something else. And that needs to be addressed with support, understanding, and patience. So now that we've explored the reasons why laziness might not be the real issue, let's talk about how to move forward. Because I know you didn't click on this video just to be told you're not lazy. You want to take action. You want to feel motivated. You want to get stuff done. So here are 5 gentle ways to move forward. Number 1, start small. Don't wait to feel ready. Just start. 1 minute, 1 movement, 1 step. Let momentum build gradually. Like when we're stuck in a snowbank, we don't try to free the entire car at once. We chip away at the snow, creating small victories that lead to bigger ones. Number 2, validate your experience. Stop shaming yourself for needing rest. Rest is productive. Rest is healing. You're allowed to pause. The world won't collapse without you. You're not letting anyone down by taking care of yourself. Number 3, create emotional safety. If you've been hard on yourself for years, your inner child might be terrified of making a mistake. Be kind. Be the adult voice that says, "I see you. I've got you." Let your inner child know that mistakes are okay. They don't define you. You're allowed to fail, learn, and grow from it. Number 4, change your environment. Sometimes a cluttered or chaotic space can amplify feelings of fatigue or overwhelm. Try a little reset. Open a window. Play some music. Light a candle. Make it a little more inviting for yourself. Even small changes can shift your mindset. And number 5, celebrate the smallest wins. Getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, making a to-do list. That's momentum. That's strength. Honor it. Give yourself credit for every step forward, no matter how tiny it seems. Remember, progress isn't linear. There will be days when motivation is higher and days when it's lower. Be patient with yourself. Be curious. And remember, you're not lazy, you're layered. You carry so much within you: pain, dreams, stories, fears, hope. And sometimes those layers become heavy, but that doesn't mean you're broken or failing. It means you're human. Here's the truth. The world rewards action. We praise productivity. We celebrate go-getters. But here's what we don't celebrate enough: rest. It sounds counterintuitive, but rest can be radical. It can be brave. It can be life-changing. When you give yourself permission to stop, you're not wasting time. You're investing in yourself. Think of a time when you pushed through exhaustion, stress, or burnout. What happened? Did you get ahead? Did you get further in your goals? Or did you crash and burn out completely? I'm willing to bet that more often than not, you crashed. Because here's something I've learned. Pushing through doesn't always work. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is slow down. There's a quote that reads, "Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing, and that's okay." This resonates deeply with me. I'm a huge advocate for balance. I believe that being productive is important, but so is taking breaks. There's a time for pressing on and a time for stepping back, and the key is learning to recognize when it's time for each. So the next time you find yourself labeling someone else, or more importantly, yourself, as lazy, I want you to pause. Ask yourself, what's really happening here? What am I avoiding? What does my body need? Is this a moment for rest or a moment for courage? Am I afraid of something deeper? Because when we strip away the labels, what we're left with is humanity. We're left with stories, and maybe that story isn't one of laziness, but one of resilience, of holding space for healing, of knowing when to pull back and when to press on. You are not lazy. You're magnificent. You're a masterpiece in progress, and sometimes masterpieces need time to dry. That's okay. Now I want to hear from you. What do you call yourself when you're feeling stuck or unmotivated? And what would it feel like to release that label? Drop your thoughts below. Let's engage in this conversation, because together we can reframe these narratives. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and share it with someone who might benefit. As always, thanks for watching. For